I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not taking photos out here, Cam. Who do I think I am?
You just wait for the cherry blossoms once a year and then go to that fucking park.
As many people know, I go to Hyde Park once a year, about mid-April, and I just love the cherry blossoms. I love making travel around the city very difficult for the people who also live here. And when we're talking cherry blossoms, I'm there.
I can't imagine, like, I don't have Instagram. I'm sure people who were listening might. It's a popular app.
What's up, slobs? Insta slobs.
You might know Mark Zuckerberg, owner of Instagram.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Anyway, I can't imagine at that time of year. It's just so filled, anyone's feed, with strictly pictures of a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get that. The same thing that you'll get the Christmas market around the holiday season, you know, down there in the East End there, or in the Distillery District. You see a lot of that. Yeah.
Ugh, what a pain to live there. I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
Oh, I'm fine.
You see my new check out my new setup. I got $1,000 work expense from home budget.
Oh, really?
I said here's $1,000, spend it on what you want. Got a MacBook, or sorry, a
Mac keyboard,
Mac mouse.
Oh yeah.
Got my I'll just show you. It's sick. Got my there.
Okay.
Computer elevated there. New desk.
Who dis?
Yeah, new desk. Who dis? So I'm only living the high life now.
That's great. No, that looks real nice. New desk chair?
No, this one's the one that I bought for myself a few years back.
Didn't spend any money on the podcast though. You kind of got a big chunk of money to spend at your desk, and yet you chose to not spend it towards.
What do you mean? We have the best setup.
That's you. I mean,
what?
Cam, I've been meaning to say this. I think we're at kind of like our once every couple month. We need a new whiteboard.
The whiteboard is fine. The notes are fine.
The whiteboard is absolutely covered with permanent marker.
Stick with the plan. The plan is good.
If you got $1,000, could you spend some of that on some dry erase markers?
It's interest, baby.
We have notes from episode 36 over there.
Oh, back when Knight Rider. Those were the days. Oh boy, this coffee's a little too strong for me. All right, should we kick this shit off?
Let's get into it. Let's kick it.
Continuing tonight on Two Seas in a Pod, 96.7 on your
Two C's in a pod, 2 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 C's just like 2 C's in a pod, because we're 2 C's in a pod, just like 2 C's in a pod, 2 C's in a pod at gmail.com. Yeah, 2 C's in a pod, 2 C's pod, 2 babe.
And that was our latest from Needles in a Hot 97 here. Cab Osborne on the ones and twos there. Hey, fellas, we got a Kitchener Rangers game coming up tonight. Playing against the London Knights at the Memorial Coliseum. Come down, 2-for-1 tickets if you call in now. Anyway, we got a great show coming up. After that, Kim Mitchell. It's 2 C's in a Pod, everyone, with Cab Osborne and Cam LeClaire. I'm going to sign off here. Jerry O'Toole.
Sign off. Jerry O'Toole. Your name sounds familiar, and I don't remember why. You're listening to Season Pod episode 107. Making ourselves through the week. This is a podcast hosted by myself, Cameron Osborne. It's also hosted by Cam LeClaire.
And Cam Osborne.
And Cam LeClaire.
Before we kick off into this, we have to announce specifically the reason that I thought we had to take a week off is I will read this verbatim.
Now, famous to similarly, what's up, all you Friends fans over there? Ross said it best. Cam, we were on a break.
We were on a break.
And
the reason, as quoted in the literature, hey, sorry, I never responded. I think I may have gotten a good pounding in the last 12 hours.
A good pounding. I'll be honest. My body got pounded
Just last Friday, Cam.
Next message. Food poisoning. ...
That's got to be that's a legendary level autocorrect.
We could put that on the internet.
We truly can. You know what, Cam? So this exactly. We were gonna record a show. I was going up north, but I was, I was gonna be able to record a show either way. And played basketball Thursday night. Felt great. Had a smoothie before I went to bed. Felt great. Woke up in the morning and just kind of felt bloated. Felt like my belly was just full, like after a big meal or something.
Oh, that's
right?
the worst. Then you start feeling hot.
I didn't eat too well. I drove up all the way up north. We stopped off at an LCBO. I even helped. We stopped off at Newmarket. I even helped my mom shovel the driveway. I shoveled the heavy shit on the bottom. Get up to Gravenhurst, walking into an LCBO, and I've never had just this rush of I'm gonna vomit now.
Yikes.
And we're both walking towards the front door. Jess keeps going, and I go off to the right. I kind of pat her on the shoulder, like, I'll meet you inside. Go straight to a food bank, or a snow bank.
You heard it here first, folks.
Well,
Cam Osborne pukes in food bags.
Now here's the thing: snow's food if you flavor it. And oh boy, did I flavor that snow. And then and I was like, okay, you got to drive the rest of the way. Got back to her parents' place. I'm going to sleep for a couple hours, sleep for an hour, see how I feel. Woke up feeling even worse. Couldn't even get a slice of toast down. Just had to sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Woke up around 11. They were playing games. It was so weird. I've never had this 12-hour bug. I want to say 24-hour bug, but it was less.
Yeah, you probably just had either bug or the flu, or food poisoning.
Yeah, kind of Gatorade, lots of water, had a little bit of soup before I went to bed. Woke up the next morning.
Were you able to put down any water at all when you were in your
some
purging phase? I'll call it.
Some, yeah, not much though.
Yeah, it's
tough. It is tough, right? And woke up the next morning though, felt great. Spent the whole day drinking, snowmobiling. And the whole next day, fucking
damn, you really shook it off.
We're drinking Caesars. We're boozing down hills. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, and that's the long-ish story of why we didn't have episode 107 last week, but we have it this week, and we cannot be more excited because really, the hardest part for me was that last week was supposed to be the premiere of Miami Vice season 1.
Yeah.
And it just never happened. It got pushed back, but really, I'm just glad that I'm feeling better, and all those things. And Cam, you had a great long weekend, also.
I think so. Yeah, I went and saw my parents. Went to see their new puppy. Hung out with my cousin's kids, which I don't know how I'm related to them. I don't know what the family tree says.
I think they're your cousins, and then they had kids.
Yeah, I get that, but what are the cousins' kids? Are they my also just cousins?
Yeah, maybe that's like a second cousin. Where does removed come in? You ever heard somebody say they're my second cousin twice removed? What does removed mean?
It means there was 2 divorces.
Yeah, he's not your full. They
got back together and they divorced again. That twice removed.
Yeah, so lots of kids. Of course, the family day weekend.
Yep. Went on a pretty gnarly hike.
Mm-hmm. Gnarly.
Yeah, not gnarly.
Now, this is a new thing you've been getting into, Cam. You one of your resolutions, along with listening to more books, was shredding more gnar.
Oh yeah, shred the gnar, baby. I was gonna go to the go tubing tonight, actually, at Chicopee.
Oh, that's fun. I've been there.
It's all sold out, booked up.
Really?
Who would have thought that? Yeah.
Well, I guess, kids are coming back. I went to the disc golf course today, and the lineup getting into the Science Center. I kind of forgot that the Science Center was around, and kids would start going back to it. But yeah,
so that's the
I'm sure you've been to the
ROM?
Ontario
Is it the
Science
ROM?
Center. No, it's like a whole. That's.
Is it the one
museum.
that's a big triangle, it's on an angle, the building?
No, that's the ROM.
Oh, okay. I was close.
Science Center is where all the science stuff happens. You press that ball, and then all your hair sticks up, and then your penis sticks up. Yeah.
I think that was a you problem.
Well, as we know, Cam, the hair on my penis is so heavy that when I touch that ball and my hair goes up, the amount of hair on my penis raises, and then also raising my penis.
Yeah. Well, that's a you problem. Go check that out. Listen to your doctor, folks. Cialis. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah, Cialis,
Anyway.
is it right for you? Let us know. twoceesinapod@gmail.com. Are you using boner meds? No shame in it, I don't think. But you can use
Blue Chew, everyone. Blue Chew.
Yeah, of course, you can use promo code 2Cs to get rejected on the Blue Chew website and asked to type in a real promo code. Use
we
promo
don't seem
code
to have that
2Cs right now.
Try that one out.
it out.
Download Honey as well. Maybe that'll work.
Honey, what's that? Is that another boner pill?
Honey's the one where you have an extension and it helps you find promo codes. Have you heard about this one?
No, have you? I have not seen this nor heard about this.
So in Google Chrome, if you download Honey, anytime you go to that checkout box, it's just going to scroll through a bunch of different promo codes that people have tried. And then sometimes you just get like 30% off, which is pretty sick.
Not bad. See, now I tried downloading the app Honey. Turns out it was just kind of like a constant GIF loop of Jessica Alba films. It was very different. Yours
I'm
actually seems a
missing
little
that
more valuable.
reference. Why is that? Why is it called Honey?
It's whatever they called it. No, ask the director. Why'd they call the movie Honey? I don't
Oh,
know.
is she in a movie called Honey?
Honey.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
No.
Sure it's a real movie?
I'm pretty sure it's a real movie. Yeah. I guess if you weren't in the mood, I mean, hell, I was in the pantheon of early 2000s Jessica Alba. So of course I would have kept an eye on that one.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was like the top hot girl in the mid 2000s, I think. One of them.
Apparently not enough for you to watch Honey.
Because I don't watch movies. I couldn't even name one movie.
Let me
she's
guess,
in.
you were a Step Up guy, weren't you? Fucking
I
dork.
still don't know. Is that the
Fucking
cheerleading movie?
dork. No, that's you're thinking Bring It On.
See, I don't even know which one's Step Up. Is that dancing?
Yeah, it's also dancing. I think it's Channing Tatum and someone.
Yeah,
Step Up-
he made a good career to that.
I think there was a Step Up 2 in the streets. So yeah.
Wow, damn. Was it just like going to the hood and just trying to crump?
No, I don't think it was that offensive. No, I think it was just the name.
Yeah, I don't think Hollywood would do a good job of that.
Nah, probably not. Probably not.
They would try. Anyway, do we have any corrections for last week?
No, we don't have anything from last week, which is all good. Because sometimes you get the show right. Sometimes you get the show right the first time.
Yeah, I guess.
But Cam,
Unlikely.
Instead of going to notes, let's do something fun to kick off the show here because this news cycle in the last 3 weeks has been off the charts. I have no idea what is happening, when's happening, where it's happening. However, I do know that there were Winter Olympics. Are they still going on? I flat out don't know. I barely knew when they were paying attention, but let's get into a little game this week. Let's play some March Madness.
Oh, we're very close to the real March Madness. We're going to have to
And
really dial it up then.
Really dialing it up here, but today, Cam, we're going to go through Winter Olympic. We're doing a bracket of Winter Olympic sports.
I feel like we've done this.
Well, I was also thinking that, so I just, we're doing it again. I think
Okay.
we definitely did it with summer. I definitely remember doing it with summer. But let's do it with winter, because why the hell not, eh?
So are we picking what I'd be best at or what I prefer viewing?
You pick what you would want, prefer viewing. What you'd be
Okay.
more excited to watch.
So I've watched almost all of them this year, just so you know. So I do have a pretty good basis.
That's pretty good. I guess you know what we're talking about here.
I do know.
Our very first matchup, we have the biathlon, the classic
So
skiing
that
and
is
the shooting.
skiing. Pew. Yeah, and that's where so two big things happened in that one this year. We had the Finnish lady, I think it was the Finnish lady who won and like toppled over after she won, and then another Finnish dude whose dick froze during the thing.
No way, got frostbite on
Yeah.
his dick.
Yeah,
Lucky.
completely froze. Yeah, I know.
Here with the biathlon taking on the monobob. So this is a new event this year. It's a one-man bobsled going down the same track though. I imagine they have a different sized cart or whatever it is.
Actually, it's funny if I did not see that one. I saw some of the bobsled, but the thing with those tournaments is there's so many heats and so many qualifiers, and one man, two man, the 250 plus category, the former runner back category,
Jesse
the small man
Lumsden, what's
category.
up, Bull Slobs?
And I didn't catch that one. Now, what I prefer viewing, I'm probably gonna have to go pretty hard and fast rule with the monobob, even though I didn't watch it, because it's quick, it's fast, and you're in there. If you're watching the that biathlon, you're really tuning in for the highlights. I don't need to see the 15-hour event going on where it's ski there. Of course they hit it. It's all they're trained to do. And move ahead, right? So that one's a little bit boring in my books. In my opinion, we should probably bring volleyball into the Winter Olympics just because we don't need everything outside.
Interesting, yeah. Why we can do some stuff inside in the winter.
Yeah, why not?
Well, let's move some over. I think table tennis.
Yeah.
I think that could get pushed over to the winter
Half
games.
half the swimming sports.
Half the swimming sports, of course. Maybe basketball too.
Yeah, but the thing with basketball is it disrupts the NBA for the
Yeah, but the same with hockey. Or in the old days.
In the old days when they weren't big pussies and they're like, it's cost too much. And you're like,
Yeah,
back
you
in
heard-
my day,
You heard it
we
here
used to
first,
slash them in the
folks.
face.
You heard it here first, folks. NHL players, big pussies, notoriously. Cam, next up on our second round, or our second matchup, we have ski jumping taking on speed skating. So ski jumping is the one where you're on skis, no poles, just heading down a fucking hill, hoping for the best.
Well, Cam, I'll need you to clarify this. When there's several forms of ski jumping, there is freestyle, there's distance. So what are we talking here?
Let's go distance.
Distance. So that's the one where the Eastern European, or no, they'd be like Scandinavian countries typically do very well on that. Norway crushed it this year. They just seem to always. I really like the helmets they wear. That's a big factor of mine.
Aerodynamicacy.
Well, they just wear these like golden helmets that are just. If you took a picture of them today versus them in the 70s and just enhanced the picture from the 70s, I don't think you'd be able to tell. Like, they do not look like they've updated it at all just because the uniforms. I think they're just like, we know how aerodynamics work. There's no point in changing anymore.
Good point.
And then what was the second option?
Speed skating. Classic, going around in a circle.
Again,
long
need some
blade.
clarification.
It's
Are
all
we
the
doing-
same. It's all the same shit, though.
No, because there's short track, which you can like pretty much bump into each other, and then there's long track and there's long distance. Cam, you're making a mockery of this goddamn Olympics.
It's the Olympics. It's already a mockery in and of itself. We'll go long track there for you.
Oh, long track. Blah, boo. Long track. Again, don't like it because it's so long to watch. If we're talking like a 5-kilometer race, not that interesting. The short track, it's like the ponies going around. You might be leading off at first, but then you're just crippling at the end, toppling over. A Chinese man might have clipped your skate, and you're flying off the side of it. Or someone pushed a cone into your skates. Voom! Next thing you know, you have a concussion, and you don't have an Olympic gold. Versus the ski jump. The ski jump, I'm going to pick that one if we are doing direct comparison. I did like the feature of them putting the green line and the landing point, so as the viewer, you could just go, oh, I see what we're aiming for now.
That was very helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah. I
Next
picked
up.
the long jump.
Next up, we have ski moguls. So moguls on your skis. Is
Yep.
that clear enough there for you, Cam? Taking on curling.
Ooh, okay. So moguls, typically one of the first sports that goes off. Typically one we do very well in. We did manage to see a couple medals from Canada this year, and then love watching it. Love feeling the pain in their knees as they're bouncing down. Love hearing the critiques, not really understanding it, but knowing you better keep those knees together and that flip better be tight all the way down. Not really sure how the speed component of it works, but love watching that one. Versus curling, a lot of curling on. A lot of curling, but I did find an appreciation for it this year. So this is probably our toughest matchup here, Cam. I did find an appreciation for it. I like the strategy of it. I like the kind of patience of it. Problem is, I'm not going to watch the Finland versus Russia game. I'll watch Canada play, but I just have no interest in watching that. Now, versus that, the moguls, I'll kind of tune in whenever. I'm going to go with the moguls.
Moguls. Okay.
And I do appreciate this, Cam. This is probably the most knowledge I have about March Madness.
Wow. Well, that's great to hear. Next up, the next March Madness coming up will be, I don't know, UFC holds, grapple holds.
Wow.
You know,
Submissions? I think
yeah, like
submissions is
a
the word you're
naked
looking for.
choke versus an arm bar. You know, things like that. Maybe it would be which one would you rather be in?
Yeah, I can tell you all that.
Maybe something like that. Okay, so our final matchup of the first round, we have luge taking on pairs figure skating. Pairs.
Oh, easy. Best part about the pairs figure skating is that there's a lady you get to look at that's scantily clad. Other than that, I do not like figure skating. I find it very boring. I don't really see the art in it. I see that it is quite impressive, but I can't see the difference between one person and the other than them being not entirely synchronized. Now, on the luge side of it, similar to bobsled, very quick, right? I know when you're going down the hill, you run as fast as you can, you dive onto your back, vroom. It's the old Jerry Seinfeld bit, throw a guy in the ski hill, vroom, second place, world champion. Anyway, that one does interest me. I think anything going down a hill really fast and seeing the speeds that they're going at, 130 kilometers an hour, blows me away. Luge.
Luge seems to be a clear victory. Okay, so here we have the mono bob taking on ski jump distance.
The ski jump distance, the nice thing about that, it goes quick. So qualifiers are quick, and there's also two different options for it. There's the large jump and the small jump. Not really sure why the Olympics decided that they needed to make two different versions of it, or if the athletes would be that different. Like, I'm a specialist in the little bit bigger of a jump than the other guy. But they did. And for that reason, it makes a lot of the TV. You get to watch it pretty quickly because the qualifiers go, and then like 4 hours later, it is the long jump. And I don't think it takes that much effort. Versus the monobob, again, it just seems like it's always on, and not as interesting. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with the long jump.
The ski jump walking away here towards the last round. Okay, so next up, moguls and luge.
All right. Moguls, again, we just seem to do so well in them, which is, I don't know, something to look forward to in the Olympics. Like, we typically have pretty high hopefuls there. Those sliding sports, sometimes we do well. Like that guy who hosted The Amazing Race. What was his name?
I don't know.
Man, you're just...
I know things about... I'm not a... I don't know.
You're so out of the mainstream.
Jesus Christ.
He was the guy at Vancouver who drank the beer after winning.
The skeleton guy, the ginger?
Yeah. Yeah, what was his name? John Montgomery?
Sure.
Okay.
Chris
Hadfield? John Montgomery. Chris Hadfield. Big luge guy.
Big luge guy. Famous for it.
Famous for his luge. That's it. Nothing else. Never accomplished anything else in his life. Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
It's pretty easy. Moguls are great. They're fun to watch. I like the flips. Like, I somewhat understand it.
Yeah. Moguls. Okay. Ski jump taking on moguls. Last round. Come on.
They'll say it.
That's it. Ski jump and moguls.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. This one's tough. I mean, I like both of them. I think it would be interesting to have a regular person on the ski jump to see how well they do.
Like a Johnny Knoxville-esque, so like a stunt man, not just like someone you pluck off the street, because that sounds
not someone who's a fan. It's like, who wants to be next to the ski jump like me? He's like, you sure? It's like, that's a pretty big jump. Yeah, but I would just love to see like how much technique is really getting you those extra. Is it an extra few meters? Is it 15 meters yet? I don't know. So I do think that'd be an interesting element, and I think they should also do one that is backwards.
The backwards ski jump.
Yeah.
Maybe all of these, quite frankly, all of these backwards.
Almost all of them.
The bobsled backwards, speed skating backwards, moguls
backwards. Wow, that would be a
luge backwards.
If they had speed skating backwards, I bet you would just have a few NHLers. They'd be like, I'm pretty fucking good. There's no other sport.
Well, I wonder if those skates can... How easy it is to go backwards on those things. They seem like they're very front-propelled devices.
Do they? Like,
I don't know.
What makes you say that?
I don't know, because you never see them just like having a gas on those big blades. They're always like very serious, going straight and then turning left. You never see them, casually dancing around on them. I don't know. Unless you have.
No, I guess you're right. Yeah, it is pretty like straight motion.
It's straight motion.
Backwards.
It's not
you
like
need to kind of like.
Yeah, there's no. You're not going on the Rideau Canal with a set of speed skates. You're not going. You're not going public skating at the rec center.
I bet those are so expensive.
I wonder.
But you know what we'll do next week? And it'll just be a continuation of the Olympics. I'm gonna pick items. I'm gonna pick items from the Olympics, and you have to guess which one's more expensive of the two. So I'm gonna say like a speed skate or a ski boot, like at the top level.
Yeah.
I don't know the
play some
answer.
kind of Price is Right style. We can incorporate some kind of Price is Right style game.
No, if you say that, it's not our game. We just have to come up with the name of it.
Yes, Bob Barker can suck my dick.
Fuck you, Bob Barker.
Yeah. Now, I've always been a big Drew Carey fan, personally. So fuck you. Fuck off, Barker.
Yeah, is he dead? Both of them?
Yeah, Drew Carey killed Bob Barker. Cam, I need your answer here. The longest
Moguls.
ski jump are the Moguls taking the win. Yeah, great winner. Everyone loves the Moguls. Unfortunately, I don't like watching the pros on the Moguls because I know there's a less chance they're going to fall and have a total fire sale. If I'm watching the Moguls, I want to watch a cocky 12-year-old going down a double black diamond who didn't know what he got himself in.
He also didn't know there was moguls there.
Yeah, he also
And he's
didn't know
like,
there were
are
moguls
those bumps?
there.
Ba, 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 ba.
And I want the cool kids at school to be flying overhead on the ski lift right when he falls.
So painful.
Yeah,
and
so
they
he gets
have their
ridiculed
cell
forever.
phone out.
Yeah, and they have their cell phone out. And then that little robot voice comes over. It's like, when you're just trying to ski, and then this happens.
I think that's a TikTok thing.
It's either way. Either way, Cam. Now, because I did hear that you tried to audition for the TikTok video robot voice. How did that audition go?
Oh, well.
It didn't go well. And why was that? You came in very confident. You were very confident going into this interview.
I thought they'd be impressed if I took my shirt off.
Right. You said to them, hey, this is an audio medium. Let me just pop this shirt off real quick.
But check out the pump. It's pretty sick.
Right. And unfortunately, you did not have a pump that day at all.
It was leg day.
Yeah, it was leg day. You popped your shirt off, and you thot that eating a bunch of almonds and doing a couple push-ups before the interview was going to help.
Yeah,
And
it didn't work out.
It
so
didn't
well.
work out at all. No.
I didn't tell. I got a new gym now. I'm going to a new pump factory.
Now, is that the name of the gym, or is that just what you're
That'd
calling
be a good
I
name
mean,
for a gym.
Either, when you said the Pump Factory, I said, hey, yeah, there's one close to me called Back Alley Barbell. I was like, good name.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We could definitely come up with some good names for gyms. Like Turtle Shell Jacks.
Yep, sure.
That one's kind of a play on words a little bit. I do like. We could turn back end barbell into something else, something a little bit better than that.
Okay.
The Swole Factory.
Nah, that's the Pump Factory's better.
Pump Factory is better than that. Yeah. No need to think too hard on this.
No.
We're not opening a gym anytime soon.
No, anytime soon though. Soon.
I did try and negotiate my rate down. He wasn't buying it.
It's almost like they had a corporate structure and they weren't ready.
And no, it's a small independent gym. Like I have the owner's
okay.
cell phone number, and I was like, I'll pay you cash up front. I want a discount, and he's like, we can't. I'm like, I'll bring in 2 more members. He's like, we can't. I'm like, what's it gonna take for me to get a discount? He's like, I'm running at a $10,000 loss per month.
Yeah, Cam, I have the feeling that you're paying like $50 a month to go to some guy's basement a couple times a week. Why do I get this feeling that when you
he's really nice.
That when you say independent gym, like there's kind of like old rusty. It's like an old rusty bench press and a camera that's constantly set up in the corner.
There's an old man with a towel on his shoulder. Come on, you got a few more.
Yeah.
On.
It's like he tells you go.
Does he work here? No, he lives here.
Yeah, he tells you to go take a steam gym, but there's no sauna. so he's just throwing water on rocks in the corner of the room.
Take a schwitz over here, buddy.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close. So maybe, Cam, you had something there when you're trying to negotiate your rate down.
Yeah, I think I may have overpaid. But yeah, super sick gyms.
What do you
what
do you pay a month?
60?
Okay, that's more.
Yeah. What do you pay?
We have like a couple. Our gym has a couples deal where if it's two people at the same address, 80. I think after tax, probably like 85. Like for the two of us. So
that's good. I mean, that's definitely good. I mean, ours has like a bunch of. It is more focused towards Olympic lifting, powerlifting, things like that.
Yeah.
So it is what I like doing, and then there's a bunch of pretty strong people there, which I like. And then I met a new guy today. I'm like, "What's up, man? I see you at the gym all the time." He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "All right."
And because you showed up your very first day wearing your singlet that you have from 2016,
and I squatted 185 pounds. I was like, OPA record.
Exactly. Yeah. You wearing your singlet, and you thought it still fit. But I
think it would. I don't know what to do with it.
I did hear some of the rumors around town that it doesn't fit. Very.
It's a little loose.
It's a little loose, which is like the one thing you don't want your singlet to be. It's like putting on a pair. Yeah, if you put on a pair of pants you haven't worn in 6 years, you're praying to God they're loose. You put on a singlet, you're hoping that thing's tighter than ever.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm trying. Me and you are both in the same boat. We're trying to pack on pounds. I mean, we're trying to be.
We're trying to, which is tough because we are in a boat. So the more weight we put on, the closer that boat is to sinking.
And there's just water everywhere that we can't drink.
There's so much water, and there's a tiger in there too. I mean, this is really getting to be a hostile environment. As many people know, Cam and I are in a boat right now, recording this podcast.
That'd be sick. Yeah, I want to. We should try and do more podcasts at odd locations. Like when we do our invitational, we should bring a little recording thing.
Yeah, we could bring it with us, kind of have it like in our pocket, and then just have, I mean, I guess that's it's a lot of work for our editor. Our editor would have to do a lot of work deciphering through the good stuff and the bad stuff, and hoping there's no wind and shit like that. So we will see.
Yeah, but if we had a cart, it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, we can figure that out. We can figure that out as we go. Maybe for the occasion we could rent wireless microphones. That way, we can walk around all over the place and it still record.
That would actually be sick.
We could probably get it for a pretty low cost if we make it all work. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'd be a pretty dope podcast. The Two Season Pod Summer Invitational Classic, Vape Olympics.
Oh God, not another Durham Regional Vape Invitational. Do you want to play in the Two Season Pod Invitational? Let us know. twoseasonspod@gmail.com. We're playing 18 holes of disc golf, 9 holes of ball golf, and
is it? Are we doing 18 and 18 now?
Oh, we can do 18 and 18. I'm also down for that because it probably would be difficult to squeak it all into one day. Maybe it should be something that we do over a 2-day span. That could be better.
Yeah, well, typical golf tournaments happen over 4 days, so we could just stretch it out to a 4-day thing if we both took a little vacation time.
We play 2 rounds of each, like one each, one round of disc, then next day ball, next day disc, next day ball. Who knows?
I just have my work calendar like visualization time.
Yeah, it could happen, but let us know if you want to play. twoseasonspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, Cam. Let's move on through the show to a reoccurring nameless segment. It's called How in Touch Are We? Where we look at festival lineups and we determine how in touch are we with the world that's going on. Of course, we already looked at Coachella.
I almost hate this game.
We already looked at Lollapalooza, and today we're looking at this year's lineup of Osheaga, the Osheaga Festival from Montreal, July 29th to 31st. How in touch are we, Cam? Friday night, our big lineup, we have the Foo Fighters, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Kygo, Kid Laroi, and Charlie XCX.
What if I say you're not like the others? Foo Fighters.
There goes my hero. I couldn't tell you a single other one, Cam. Next up on our second line, we have Big Sean, Lil J, Dominic Fike, Turnstile, Chris Lake, Parcels, and Ash.
3 nights at the motel under street lights. I know Dominic Fike.
Dominic Fike. Okay, I think we had a problem with Big Sean last week, or whenever we tried this last. Big Sean, the guy who dated Ariana Grande. Next line, we have Medusa, Pink Pantheress, local natives, Mala, and John Summit. Yeah.
I know local natives too, which is the same because I just don't know the song. So
That
it doesn't
name
count.
that is a familiar. Does not count. You have to be able to sing the song, of course. That is a familiar sounding name.
Check out my Bandcamp.
Yep. Saturday night. ASAP Rocky, Burna Boy, Crackerbrinn, Porter Robinson, and Mitski.
I like bad bitches, just a fucking problem.
Problem. Yo, like the fucking
Yeah.
got a fucking problem.
ASAP Rocky. Check
ASAP
that one off the
Rocky,
list.
baby. Next night, we have Polo and Pan, the Arkells, Bleachers, Caribou, Laney, 100 Gex, and Tuvlo.
So I know the Arkells. I'm gonna skip down the list because these are the ones that you probably don't think I know. Okay, 100 Gex. 100 Gex, interesting band who there's a chance they never even met because originally they just sent samples to each other over the internet back and forth until they came up with an album. And the one song I know is Stupid Horse, I Just Fell Out of the Porsche. That's 100 Gex. And then Tuvlo goes, I gotta stay high all the time.
Oh, I've heard that song.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that we're on to line 3 now for Saturday. Wow. Men I Trust. Biba Doobie. Who's even naming these fucking people? Freddie Gibbs.
Biba doobie.
What's up, Dan Turner? Freddie Gibbs, Bia, Slow Tie, and Work Alls Squared. Waracles.
So Freddie Gibbs is slam everything you hear up in the back room. Cut an AK in the back and keep it back soon. Freddie
Good.
Gibbs, and then Slow Tie. Keep it over. There's like
it's like the same song you just sang twice in a row.
oh no this one I can't do. It's like a British accent. It's like do.
Oh, it's one of those like
shoot a messenger.
what's that
Shoot a
called?
ball.
Like garage. Garage rap. Okay, I can picture the sound. Okay, Cam, but that does mean you are moving to the 4th round here on Saturday night. We have Ty Vertus, JP Sachs, Sébastien Léger, Fauzia, Geoffroy, and Wiz the MC.
This is a sweep. I don't know shit.
Yeah, clean sweep. Don't know anyone, or for the rest of one either. So finally, Sunday night, our big last night here, we have Dua Lipa, Machine Gun Kelly, Glass Animals, Idols, and Damn So.
Dua Lipa, that's the easy one. She does that song with Elton John. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Which is an Elton John song, but she did a remix of it. So I'm taking the win.
I mean, I guess you can take the win. It would be nice to hear a lyric that she wrote or sung, but hey. Doesn't she do the, don't pick up the phone, you don't understand, let alone to, don't be
I don't know about
afraid.
that one, but she
You-
also has the one where it's, you want me, I want you,
That's,
baby.
I think that's
Your
the song
sugar
I was
boo.
thinking of, yeah.
I'm levitating.
Yeah. Next line. We have Girl in Red, Seven Lions, Corday, Saint John, Alan Walker, and Royal Blood.
Damn. I've heard of Corday because Connor and Shane talking about them.
Yeah.
They say he's the best of like the ASAP crew, I think. But I don't even I might be misrepresenting myself. I don't know I don't know. I thought I thought I'd do better on Sunday.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, maybe being a Canadian festival, you thought there could be maybe a little another Canadian actor.
I don't know. Shane's going to this, and he said it stinks. So that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think out of what these 3 festival lineups have proven is that, like, I'm done with music festivals now. Unless there is one music festival coming up this summer somewhere in the States that's flat out just like every pop punk band. Short of like something like that, which is so hyper specific, I'm going nowhere. I'm going nowhere with this.
Yeah, we're probably a little too old to, have girls go on our shoulders and be like, woo!
My knees would hurt. My knees would give out so quick.
I would just want to squat, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's all you would want to do. That's a good point. You've been wearing your singlet more and more lately. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Don't pretend I haven't noticed, Cam.
You got cameras in the gym too? That's what my owner says.
But it's a Polaroid, which is real interesting. Like, it's not like a video camera to help with your form or something.
He takes before and after pictures every workout, and he does them nude, which is great, so I can see everything.
Yeah, which is just wow. Nothing like
Great service.
nothing like squatting in the nude, right, Cam?
Yeah, you get deep.
It's not before you hit that little wink. It's when your balls hit the floor and then explode back up.
Explode black up just sounds really gross when you're talking about nuts hitting the floor. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming out, but I don't like it.
I don't want it to be black. I know that. There's a lot of colors I don't want coming out of my penis, and black is definitely one of them.
That's probably the top one.
Really?
No, I'd go red.
What? That's definitely black. I feel like
What about green?
No,
I
green.
think green I'd be okay with.
Yeah, because I feel like green is closer on the spectrum to yellow.
Looks like a vegetable.
Exactly. It'd be like, oh, I just ate a lot of broccoli that day.
Brown means red, so that's probably actually number 2.
Yeah, brown is in the red family, so that's also a no-go for me.
Orange means I'm very dehydrated, but that's
yes,
okay.
or you had a B12 chewable vitamin. Have you ever had a B12 chewable vitamin?
And yeah, your piss
I don't
comes
know
out,
what B12. I don't know what B12 is.
Your piss comes out hotter than John Jones's, though.
It doesn't come out hot. It comes out looking like a fucking highlighter exploded into the toilet bowl. It's insane.
I don't get it. I'm like, do I retain any of this good stuff, or does it just come out my piss?
Or is it like, is it grabbing all the bad stuff and taking it out with it? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a filtration system. Who knows? Should we move on to our next thing?
Yeah, let's get into our next segment of the week, because MacGyver is behind us. I don't even think we got to the end of that episode. I so hastily had to rush through the second half of that episode because, there was a lot of stuff to take in. But we decided on air last week that our next show will be none other than Miami Vice, the 1986 classic, not the reboot. There apparently is a rebooted show, and that's not what we're talking about here.
And did
what are you
you?
gonna say?
I don't know about you, but did you find this episode just had a lot of names in it that they kind of kept bouncing around, and you were like, I'm not following who's who other than just the pictures.
Well, yeah. So, like, even when I'm watching an episode of Mac or Knight Rider before, I'm always writing down the person, like, just the names I hear in the top corner of my page, and I'll go like,
yeah, but
this guy
it's not even that. It's like the main character had 3 names.
He had a couple names, and I'm sure we'll call them both by both of those names. At some
I'm going
point.
with Sunny. I'm going with Sunny for the whole time, just so it doesn't get confusing.
You're going with Sunny. I'm going with the other one. I think is what I wrote, Crockett. So we will see. So folks, this was a 2-parter episode. So it was like an hour and a half long, but we're gonna kind of split it up into 2 because we definitely wouldn't be able to cover the entire thing in 5 minutes. There was too much going on.
If you hear Crockett is the same person as Sunny.
Well, and we're gonna get the hang of this one. But without further ado, let us bring you a slice of Vice. Walking on the beach and it's really hot. I think I'm gonna go get a pina colada. Miami Vice is a slice of ice. My Miami Vice is a slice of ice. Wearing cool clothes and smoking cigars. Say hello to my little friend. Miami Vice is a slice of ice. My Miami Vice is a slice of ice.
All right.
Well, you know the deal. We still have 5 minutes. We're bringing you episode 1. I'm gonna kick this one off. My the episode's called Brother's Keeper Part 1. We have 5 minutes, Cam, on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we open on a man sitting in a car late at night on the streets of New York. A group of thugs come up to him and his car to rob him until he pulls off a sawed-off shotgun and he shoos them all away. He is spying on a group of mysterious men who get into a limo, so of course he follows them around. around. The group eventually gets into a nightclub, and they walk in, so he follows them in. And we see the men sitting from across the bar, but our mystery man calls over the bartender and slips him a $100 bill. The bartender goes over to the group and intentionally spills their drinks on them, forcing them to go to the washroom and dry off. So what do? We follow him into the washroom. In the bathroom, a gun gets pulled on us. A little scuffle breaks out with some of his guards. We shoot our way out. One man goes down, but we ultimately lose the perp. Intro credits. We're sprawling through the Miami countryside area, and we pan down on a man with a very nice white suit. Him and another man are waiting on someone for some kind of deal. The other man's, one of the guy's marriages is falling apart. That might come up later. We're waiting for a man named Corky who shows up, and boy, is he a piece of work. They're doing some kind of cash for Colombian cocaine deal. We've got the cash, they got the coke. As Corky and one of them, the men, approached a parked car to make the deal, the man in the white suit kneels down from afar and notices a suspicious device under the car. It looks like a bomb. Corky opens the truck and boom! Corky and the other man blow up to bits. This other guy just told us he had a kid on the way. It was heartbreaking. We learned the man in the white suit is named Sonny Crockett, and he's a cop. He made a plan to infiltrate a Colombian coke pipeline, and he believes the plan backfires somehow. Crockett thinks a dirty cop is involved. He is approached by two female cops who tell him they are sorry, and it appears as though he had a thing with one of them. Then Crockett goes to the diner, the diner where his old partner's wife works, and had to break the news to her, and she takes it about exactly as you would expect someone to take the news of your husband being exploded. Back in New York, we're at an airport where it appears as though the other man is heading to Miami, baby. Back in Miami, we're at Crockett's son's birthday, where he shows up late as usual. He sits to have tea with his ex-wife Caroline, where they have a heart-to-heart about how things could have gone, and of course, it's because he was a cop, and if TV has taught us one thing, is that nobody can be with a cop. But he's a great father either way, because he drunkenly falls asleep next to his son. Cam, over to you.
All right, we go to the next scene now where Sonny jumps into a car with Leon, a dealer friend of the Colombian, a man they are looking after because he is the big drug dealer in town. Sonny holds Leon at gunpoint, forcing him to arrange a deal so Sonny can meet up with the Colombian. They arrange a deal so the meeting will take place later that day. Some other cops at the strip club are interrogating a Jamaican drug dealer to get some information on another dealer. More to this to come a little bit later. Leon gets a call from the Colombian that the ship is coming in today, and the real action begins as Sonny and his dealer, Leon, arrive at the port where the deal is taking place, only to be busted early by the cops, some beat cops that aren't very good at their job. The criminals steal a $100,000 speedboat and the cash, fleeing the scene, and Sonny is off in his Ferrari Testarossa to chase the boat as it goes down in the canal. A great car/boat chase ensues from there. The criminal in the boat thinks he escapes and starts to go under a low bridge when Sonny is surprisingly on that bridge, jumps into his boat, kicks him down, pulls out his gun, and busts him. Sonny goes, "Stop! Miami Vice!" Only to realize that the man he stopped is Tubbs, who works for the NYPD. They're both undercover. Oh my god. Hopefully these two get along later on in the episode. Tubbs gives Sonny the information on who the Colombian is. It looks like he's been pursuing the same man, Calderon, as they call him. And the chief suggests maybe you two idiots should work together if you're going after the same man. The next day, Tubbs comes to Sonny's boat and asks him if they should work together. He says, hey, maybe that's not such a bad idea. But Sonny hates the idea, pushes them down, kicks them, they punch each other, and it's an old, you're no good, I'm a one-man show ever since my partner died, old cop bullshit. Anyway, then they do some yelling. Sonny scares Tubbs with his pet crocodile, which he keeps in his boat, and they part ways for the moment now. Then Sonny goes to the courts to see how Leon's trial goes, and it turns out that he is promptly let go of court, which Leon is pissed off about because he knows he will probably get killed outside of the courts. More to come next week.
Next week, baby. That was it.
It was confusing.
Well, I think, it's a series premiere. You got to set up the, this isn't just Sheldon walking over to Leonard saying, my hypothesis. It's not, you got to sing for your supper, Cam.
You say my hypothesis?
My hypothesis.
My hypothesis. My hypothesis is sore.
It was.
A lot of good-looking ladies in this show, though. We've been in the strip club twice now.
We're 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned. So next week we're gonna bring you the second half of this kind of pilot episode, which I believe They kind of labeled it as episode 1, too, for those of you keeping track at home. We'll probably get into a better 5-minute kind of schedule. Next ones might be a bit quicker. And then very much so looking forward to all the action.
Good. Well, looking forward to it next week. Cam, let's get into our final game in the evening here so I can go cook some dinner.
Yeah.
And this week's episode is sponsored by Tubs. Are you finding that your male enhancement is ruined? Try Tubs. 2 season a pod at checkout. Next game, headline or asinine, Cam?
Hey, headline or asinine. Headline or asinine.
Where we go through the internet, find the strangest headlines we can, pitch them to each other, and figure out, is this Fox News or is it CNN? Fake news. Cam, I got the first one here.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal says gorillas freak out when he comes near.
So Shaquille O'Neal is probably, he's 7 feet tall, probably 300 pounds. I'm sure there are a lot of people who freak out when he is around. I'm sure he has had many, a young child, just be scared about his physical presence looming. I mean, it's just not every day you see somebody that large. I've never seen Shaquille O'Neal in person, but I can only imagine. I saw Brock Lesnar in person.
Really?
I wasn't scared because he was so far away, but it was like shit. Because he was standing beside a normal-sized person, and you're like, God damn it, that guy is like, this is insane how big somebody can be.
Right.
And gorillas, no different. They might be in their cages. They see their handlers certainly, but they never see somebody of Shaquille O'Neal's size, especially for somebody who thinks they're the king of the jungle. I believe, aren't they?
I think the lion's the king of the jungle.
I thought they were the king of the savannah.
I don't know.
We'll figure that one out. Sharks are the king of the ocean. That's all I know. Let's give this one a headline.
This one is a headline of a recent episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq. A former NBA big man explained that gorillas freak out when he shows up at the zoos and that they want to fight him. While this might seem like an exaggeration, he actually got the the executive from the Miami Zoo to confirm the story, who says that they feel intimidated by him when they see him, and that's why they get pretty freaked out. Now, do you want to guess how big, Cam? You were pretty close with the size and weight. Do you want to take one more stab at how tall and how much he weighs?
Well, that depends. So I bet if you're looking at a Wikipedia weight listed, I would say he's probably closer to 325. And then maybe he would probably be on the other side of 7. So I'm going to say 7'1", 325.
Are you serious? You nailed it.
Thank you.
7'1", 325.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good at
I don't
NBA.
know how you could have
I'm
got
good
that.
at NBA player sizes.
Clearly. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I bet the current Shaq is, who knows? He probably lost some of that muscle, put on a bit of fat. Yeah, that's real entertaining, though. Okay, Cam, I got one here for you. Ready? Headline or asinine. Woman being held hostage found after sending her mother daily Wordle updates.
Okay, so I think everyone knows the Wordle game now, but I don't know. Cam, you might know better. Can you share it? Can you share with people? I got 2 lines this time.
I flat out have no idea how it works. I have no idea how it works.
Okay. So
Jess plays it with a friend, but then I recently heard the other day that there's only one new word a day or something. So
there's only one word a day. Yeah, that's the fun of it. It's like football. If you have less games, more people watch.
Good point.
Anyway, you held hostage. I'm gonna go ahead and hold off, and I cannot see this being real. If you're being held hostage, typically in my experience, when I'm held hostage, they take away my phone.
Yes,
and for that reason, I can't play Wordle, which is the real crime that's happening there. So I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on this one, Cam.
Cam, this one is a headline here for you. I think either maybe I misspoke or you misheard, but that's okay. These things have happened before. This is a story out of Illinois, where a woman being held hostage in her own phone was rescued after her daughter noticed that she never sent her daily Wordle thing.
Oh, one of us fucked that up.
That's
but
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's all about the story.
It's a game. It's a game.
So Wordle, of course, the popular new game where you send quizzes back and forth where you have to guess the word that somebody else chose or something like that. Anyways, the woman...
No, it's not really how it works.
I think that's how kind of it works. The woman, an 80-year-old named Denise Holt, told the police that a man entered her home, cut the telephone lines, and barricaded her into the bathroom, where she stayed for almost 17 hours. Police went to Holt's house to perform a wellness check after her daughter called the police department concerned because she hadn't received her daily update on Wordle from her mom. Responding officers saw a broken window in the home and eventually entered and found her in the bathroom in the basement. The suspect was on the second floor of the home, armed with several knives, and was taken into custody before being transferred to a local hospital. Police say the man also took his clothes off. During the break-in, they found him in the nude. The suspect and Miss Holt do not know each other, and this was a completely random thing that happened. Completely random.
This reminds me of the story of the guy who ordered a pizza from Domino's every day, and then he didn't order for like 3 days, and the employees called the police, like, we're worried. Wait, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You ever hear that? Yeah.
And? Was he dead?
He had like a heart attack or something. Yeah, he was alive. Well, they got to him in time, and he was okay.
Wow.
But yeah, it was like, yeah. All right, Cam, headline around. Former banking CEO says $280,000 spent at strip clubs was a business expense.
Yeah, this makes sense. If you have to take some clients, Cam, and you're in the sales world.
This is what we do. It's all about the money. It's all about having a good time.
I've seen Wolf of Wall Street. I know how this goes, Cam. Sometimes you need to take a client lunch at Bikinis. Sometimes you need to get, the jalapeno poppers. Sometimes you need to get yourself some nice chicken wings. And, just because there's entertainment in the background, hey, that's no different than going to a coffee shop where there's an open mic in the corner. It's food and entertainment. What if it just so happens that the strip club was the only place to go? All the other restaurants were booked up. But now a $280,000 tab, now that's tough. Mainly because I haven't racked up a $280,000 tab, I think, on anything in my life. Probably if you were to put together all the school, all the rent,
probably all your expenses,
for the last
everything you've
10
ever spent.
years, if you were to put together everything I ever bought, put it in one lump sum, maybe, that would be hard to write off. Also because strip clubs aren't probably known for their food. You're not going to a strip club and getting a $65 Wagyu beef cut, with bottles of Dom Perignon. This is a good one, though. I hope he kept his job for being that ballsy. I'm going to say it's a headline.
This is a headline, and now that wasn't spent over one night, Cam. We don't know how long this was spent over, but he's claiming it was a business expense, and I think that's where he got in a little bit of hot water. It is the former CEO of the Swiss banking company Raiffeisen Switzerland. So the man's name, Vincent, is one of the 7 top bankers in all of Switzerland, and is now in trial in Zurich for alleged enrichment, fraud, and mismanagement. There was some rumors and maybe some proven things we don't know yet for sure that he was making side deals as well between other parties. There's a lot of embezzlement and stuff going on. So I mean, the $208,000 good headline, but he's a dirty guy with money. So
wow, okay. I like that one. I like that one just because where's that moment where you decide to yourself, I'm going to claim this as a business expense. Like, if you
have to ask your accountant, you're like, do you think I can pass it through? He's like, no. He's like, I'm going to do it. Okay.
Like, if you're one of the top bankers in Switzerland, I can only imagine you can afford that. You can pay for that. Probably. These guys are probably super loaded.
I don't imagine it was a financial issue for him.
He just wanted to, get one over on him. Okay, Cam, got another one here. Headliner Asinine, man kills a friend after fight over mayonnaise by running him over with his truck.
Fight over mayonnaise. Now, I assume the fight somehow broke up or started out with something like, dude, don't put fucking mayo on your hot dog. It's gross. He's like, I always put mayo on my hot dog. He's like, dude, it's fucking gross. You're not doing this fucking household. And next thing leads to another, it's like, you fucking put mayonnaise, and I'll fucking run you over. You think I'm fucking with you? Put it on. Try it. Fucking try it.
Fucking try it, bro.
Yeah, just a couple aggro bros, and and that's why I don't put mayo on my hot dogs. Headline.
Cam, this one is a headline here for you. This is a story out of Iowa, where a 29-year-old man, Christopher Erlbacher, has been sentenced to life in prison after running over his friend Caleb Solberg in the parking lot outside of a restaurant. So here's what happened. The argument began after Erlbacher spread mayo all over his friend's food. The argument turned into a fight, which started inside of the restaurant, eventually leading outside the restaurant. Erlbacher threatened to shoot Solberg and to set his house on fire. He then got in his pickup truck and ran his friend over 3 times before leaving.
Oh my God.
I know what you're thinking, Cam. He didn't just run him over. Okay, he also
front back.
He also did not just drive back up. No, he hit him, ran him over, went down the street, turned back around, hit him for a second time, left the parking lot, returned, and it ran over him for a third time. He drove away from the scene initially, but of course, plethora of footage. Witnesses. He later confessed to police. And
witnesses said they heard a man go, "You don't!" Boom. 2 minutes later, put boom, mayo, boom, on hot dog. Boom.
So he confessed. He's been sentenced to life in prison. But really, it really is taking the whole mayo on fries debate to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pro.
It really is.
All right, Cam. Headline or Asinine. Overgrown hornet's nest leads to rural Wyoming town losing all internet for 3 days.
God, how big would that hornet's nest be? So, so small town USA, any town USA, you got a one transformer, one telephone pole, one water, water tower, whatever it is. Yeah, I wonder I always wonder when bugs, animals flock around these man-made devices. Like, what is it about the particular device that makes them attracted to it?
Heat, probably.
Yeah, when I think of it in the winter, yeah, you certainly think of heat, right? But you would think, why are wasps or hornets? Why are they even around still? What state did you say that? Did you say this was in a state?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. That's one of the ones that gets cold. Yeah, I always just wonder, why are they there? And then how do they not know that something goes to get fucked? Like, surely a bug can know what's natural and what's not, right?
I don't know about that, man. Like, why would they know what is natural and what?
Because they'd probably try to eat it or something or suck on it.
Yeah, but do you think they have the concept of I bet this is man-made? Like,
yeah, have you seen A Bug's Life? They very much so have a concept of what's man-made.
I don't think they have an idea of I bet there's a superhuman that comes out with Teslas every 5 years. Like, I don't think that's I don't think that's natural. I don't think steroids and sports should be illegal. That's not natural.
No, well, yeah, it's funny. Hornets have very strong opinions about trans athletes. Just wait, yeah. I was
We're not weighing into that one, people.
We're not weighing into that one, though. However, if you guys listen to Rogan here, recently had a little pack of a nest of hornets on his show to talk about COVID. It was really weird. It sounds a bit weird.
You thought he said the N-word a lot before.
If you thought he said the N-word a lot in previous podcasts, just wait till he said what he says in front of thousands of hornets sitting in a studio. I'm going to say this one's asinine.
This one's asinine. Now, the reason I brought this up is because at Connor's house, there was an overgrown wasp nest that was on a hydro line, an electric line, an internet line. And then they called the hydro company, like, hey, there's a giant wasp nest. Like, is it on the third line on the bottom? They go, yeah. They goes, that's not our problem. That's the internet. And they called Rogers. They're like, yeah, there's a giant hornet's nest on one of your lines. They go, yeah, it's not our problem. That's pest control.
Whose problem is it? Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's a pub. It sounds like it's your problem. Like, it's your thing.
If no one can access your shit, then it's your problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Weird.
Okay, Cam. Last headline of the day. Here we go. Headline letter asinine. Arizona pastor used the wrong words in baptisms for decades, and now all are considered invalid.
Oh, boy. That's the worst, man. Is it kind of like them changing it up and he didn't get the memo, like the O Canada? We stand on guard for thee, not we stand.
Nope, that wasn't the change.
all thy sons,
all of us.
all of us command. Yeah,
Stand on guard for thee. What a pussy.
we stand on guard for them.
We stand on guard for the here in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is completely doable. I would hope that the big guy upstairs, aka the Pope, gives the exemption. He says, "We'll let this one fly."
The big guy upstairs, big hat.
Big P. This one's
P.
this one's a headline.
Cam, you're right. This one is a headline here for you. So this story coming out of the Catholic Church in Arizona after a priest has resigned after it was found out he was performing thousands of invalid baptisms because of a slip up in the words that he said. So this is a story about Reverend Andreas Arango, who has been who said he's been using the wrong words in his baptisms, performed up until June 17th, 2021. During his baptisms in both English and Spanish, Arango had said, "We baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." However, he should have been saying, "I baptize you." The Catholic Diocese of Phoenix said on their website, "It is not the community that baptizes a person and incorporates them into the Church of Christ. Rather, it is Christ and
Big
Christ."
P.
Big P. Rather, it is Christ and Christ alone who presides at all sacraments. Therefore, it is the Christ who baptizes. If you were baptized using the wrong words, that means your baptism is invalid and you are not baptized. That's right, Catholics. We're coming for you, finally.
I bet there's a lot of people that are pretty stoked on that. They're like, I never wanted to be
finally.
baptized. Yeah, they're like, I've been trying to get my name off that list for years.
Oh, the Catholic Church's mailing list is through the roof.
Oh, we got something from Jehovah's Witness the other day in the mail.
Oh, are you gonna join?
Yeah, and I'm gonna write back, and then if I ever
Anyways,
move.
So no word on the exact number of people who were involved in this mix-up. However, the number is believed to be in the thousands. Thousands, Cam. Thousands.
Insane. Oh boy, that's not too bad. I mean, they probably don't know. Do they all get a memo in the mail? Like, hey, just so you know, you're not a real Catholic.
Yeah, how does that happen? Just so you know, you got to redo.
Yeah.
You got to get rebaptized. You got to get reconfirmed.
Quick FYI, you have to come down to the church. We have to get you naked and put you in some water. By the way, we have to do it alone.
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, if in the Catholic Church, it would be mostly babies, right? So
you can get baptized as an adult. It's a little bit weird.
You can, but in the Catholic Church, like, I don't think anybody becomes Catholic later down the road. Like, if you're a born again Christian and you want to get rebaptized, you're probably in some kind of Anglican, Protestant. Like, once you're Catholic for life. Like, they don't.
I don't even know.
They don't like new recruits. They want you when you're fresh and young. Priest slaps you on your smooth baby's bottom.
They don't run promos like join Catholicism now and get a free iPad.
No, Catholic Church isn't giving out free iPads to new users. They're giving out those old iPod shuffles. Remember the ones that had no
the little clips?
Yeah, they had no screens on them. 512 megabytes.
Yeah.
And they don't play Apple Music files anymore. So
they held one 50-cent album on it.
Exactly. Get rich or die trying.
All right. Well, let's tease us off. Plug or shrug it, baby.
Plug it or shrug it. 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 Plug it or shrug it.
I got a shrug for you.
Cam's got a shrug this week. What you got?
The shrug goes out to every person that you see at a grocery store or any store when they buy like 2 items and they're like, do you need a plastic bag? And they're like, yeah, I do want a plastic bag. Fuck that guy. Like, what are you doing? Just carry it out with your hands. Fuck that guy. So shrug that guy.
That's exactly right. Sometimes those people will often be the ones picking up a few things before dinner. On the way home, maybe they forgot. The crushed or like the diced tomatoes for the shitty pasta sauce they're gonna make for their heavy
the ragu pasta.
Exactly, the shitty sauce for their heavy set wife and kid or stepson. That's exactly it. Bring your own fucking bags, people. It's not that hard. Keep it in the car. Keep it in the car with you. I have a plug for you today, Cam. I have a plug for you
Let's hear
today. We've spoken about before my history with boots here on the podcast. Of course, I was buying new steel toes every year. Everybody suggested I get Blundstones, and now I hate them. So everyone, things been going well. However, I did need a new set of boots, just a warm pair of boots. At an affordable price, something I could take a disc and something I could take up north, something you could take hiking. And if you're looking for a good pair of warm boots, great tread, go straight to Canadian Tire's hunting section.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a good
my
call.
Lord! And I got a pair of boots, $75 after tax, great price. That limited selection. I think it's one of those things, kind of like what you see is what you get. Oh,
Did it come with a crossbow?
It came with a crossbow and a knife. Definitely the warmest pair of boots I've ever had. Definitely.
Hunting boots need to be warm because you just stand still in a tree for 9 hours and you text your friends like, "Was that a deer?" and they just text back, "No."
So they had them. They go kind of like knee high. I got like the ankle high set. It's great stuff. If you're looking for warm boots, go to Crappy Tire, go to that hunting section, and you will not be disappointed.
Love it. Well, that wraps up another episode of the pod. Glad to have everyone back here.
Yeah.
Feel free
Great
to
to be
reach out
back.
to us anytime. twoceesinapod@gmail.com. Hit me up on my socials if you want to get in touch. Send us a voice recording. And never forget, XXNX has more monthly visitors than Pornhub. I'm Cam LeClaire, signing off.
Take care, folks.
Continuing tonight on Two C's in a Pod. 96.7 on your.
Two C's in a pod, 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 because we're two C's in a pod, just like two C's in a pod, two C's in a pod at gmail.com.